Welcome to Pressure Points. Our topic is Elon putting his money where his mouth is, that extra billion into Tesla shares. Stock up about 5-6% on that news. And so definitely read positive. The easy takeaway is that this is a sign that he is fully re-engaged at Tesla after everything that happened with Doge and how he's been spending more time at SpaceX and the Boring Company, that this is him making it very clear to the market that that's what he cares most about right now is getting Tesla. And if you're buying the stock right now, putting a billion to use at now, would suggest that you think it has room to go higher. And so that's I think the highest level read on the market. I wanted to go a little bit deeper into some of the numbers and specifically like what is Musk kind of putting at risk here. And if you look at his current position before the announcement, because that had moved the stock higher, it was worth about 160-ish billion dollars. And so now he can't just sell all of that. There's options that have to vest. There's a tax piece on all of that. But in general, think of this as a $160 billion position. So this additional $1 billion is in the context that he's got a paper gain of 160 billion. Cool cash is hard. The billion is hard. That's real money. But he also has a pretty substantial asset to draw from to pay for that $1 billion. Now, why that is relevant is kind of think of this as call it 0.8% ish kind of endorsement, the 1 billion divided by that call it 160-ish billion in total value. So when you put it in the context, it is a much smaller number. Doesn't change the message that he's trying to send, but it's worth just kind of noting, like, he's not putting 50 billion to work here. It's $1 billion. Separately is it's good to look at context to what he has done with his position over time. And the simple takeaway is there's a lot of moving parts to it, but to boil it down to the most basic is that it's common for Elon to sell stock to pay for taxes as different tranches vest. He'll exercise those stock, pay for taxes, still hold on to the stock oftentimes, but he still has a tax bill when they vest. And so he'll use the proceeds from sales to pay for those taxes. And I think he's famously said he's like the biggest taxpayer in the state of California, probably one of the biggest ones in the US, as you should be when you're one of the most wealthy people in the world. So that is kind of, I'd say, the noise around some of his trading. But of course, around Twitter, he sold some more, a material amount. And the net effect of it was about 30 billion in stock. He did raise about 13 billion in debt, 14 billion in debt. So that gets you to that, call it 44 billion in purchase price for Twitter. But that was kind of more of like a fundamental sale of Tesla. So that was really the key takeaway here is that, Elon's not just trying to use Tesla as an ATM. He used it as a source of funds when he made a big move towards Twitter. But outside of that, he's been exceptionally loyal as a shareholder to the cause of Tesla. And so I think that's important and worth noting here is that, yes, the billion is small relative to everything he has invested or as at stake with Tesla, but he has been a loyal shareholder and, of course, is, along with the board, the most optimistic people of where this can go. And just one final thought on where this ultimately can go. If we go back and look at that, call it 13-point plan about this compensation plan that's on the table, is the biggest one, the biggest X factor is going to be around that million of deployments of Optimus. I mean, if that ends up happening, it's going to generate a lot of wealth for Tesla shareholders. So all eyes on Optimus. On behalf of Pressure Points, bye for now.